Every day is Ashura and every land is Karbala. Every day is Ashura and every land is Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. We should all know the truth about a family that shines, about a family that Allah put for the guidance of mankind. He praised them himself in his book, the Ahlul bayt. He loves the one who loves them and has cursed the ones they hate. They are his beautiful names. They are the most we can achieve. Every prophet from Adam to Jesus would believe in the coming of these gates to God's generosity. But what would happen in the end to the sacred family? Their father would be backstabbed by his own friends. His daughter so young, crushed and beaten in the end. Hassan would be poisoned and Ali stabbed and slain. But the worst was yet to happen to the youngest one, Hussain. O Rasul, it will pain you to hear what I will say, to hear what they did to your grandson on that day. He was left without a turban and no cloak could be found, no one to wrap his body or to put it in the ground. Ya Allah, when the Prophet took bay'ah from the Muslim ranks, did he know all the ways they'd betray him, showing him their thanks? Ya Allah, when the Prophet took bay'ah underneath the tree, did he know that the Muslimin would butcher his own family? Every day is Ashura and every land is Karbala. Every day is Ashura and every land is Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, we're crying out your name, begging for forgiveness, showing you our shame that on Ashura not a single Muslim came. You were crying, who will help me? Were the Muslims held in chains, or were they weak and indifferent, in love with their lives, hiding in their beds with their children and their wives? And so each drop of blood shed by those little boys who stood by their imam was so that you could have your joys. There were Shimmer and his hordes brandishing their swords. Hussain looked so calm, he was thinking of his Lord. Shimmer said, who will cut off the head of Ali's son? But when each looked at Hussain's eyes, his heart told him to run. They were fierce, they could pierce, they could see your very soul. They were the eyes of Ali, and they held you in control. And though he lay there bleeding on the soil, almost dead, no one would draw near to cut this noble man's head. It was a day of despair. He'd watched his family all die. He saw the son who looked like prophet sliced before his holy eyes. They were 72, and though their numbers were slim, each had wanted from this life just to be killed in front of him. He remembered Abbas, who was so loyal till the end. He was his brother and his soldier, none could find a truer friend. And when this man was bringing water, fighting off the vicious band, they cut off his two arms and left him bleeding on the sand. And there were also the women whom he would leave behind, the women of the Prophet whom the troops would drag and bind. The Prophet had told him in a dream that this would be, but how could this have happened to the Prophet's family? Was there no one who cared? Was there no one who could hear to help the little son of Fatimiyya she held so dear? Nearly 12,000 letters written begging to Hussain, inviting him to come, but now he's here and no one came. But Hussain was still there, breathing in tasbih on the Sayyid's broad chest. Shimmer sat where God could see. Do you know who I am? Hussain said, and Shimmer said, you are the son of Ali, and I will surely leave you dead. I'm gonna kill you in thirst, I'm gonna kill you with glee. I'm going to kill the son of Prophet and of Zahra and Ali. And then he took out his sword, and Hussain breathed his last. And this happens every year, and it is not in the past. Then he cut off his head. The heavens were screaming, Zainab fell to the ground. She was hoping, she was dreaming, she was left without a brother and no father at all. Just like your sisters today, do you not hear their call? Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, we're crying out your name, begging for forgiveness, showing you our shame. That on Ashura not a single Muslim came. You were crying, who will help me? You're still crying out the same. Ya Hussain, when the Muslim people called you and you took your stand, did you know that brotherhood would vanish in the Muslim lands? Ya Hussain, when they killed your brother, cutting off his hands, did you know that the dollar and its slaves would rule the Muslim lands? Every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala. Every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala. Every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Hussain holy, Hussain pure, oh Habibi Hussain, we wish this never would have happened. It has brought us so much pain to think of you alone, surrounded by those bodies dead. To think of all your family, all those spears and all those heads. You are a light from Allah, you are a light from Rasul. You are the precious little baby who was nurse-fed by Batul. Though you and your father on that day will intercede, what will happen to those Muslims who will ask for you to plead? What about the Ummah who tortured his boy, who shot an arrow through the throat of Hussein's joy? What will he say about the people who looked him in the face, then killed his little son in a lonely desert place? There's no comforting him, nor can we stop your mother's tears. Her heart's been broken, she's been crying all these years. The Muslims never treated her like they should have done. But how could she have thought that they would do this to her son? When she looks to Ali and cries out asking him why, there's no answer he can give, and so tears flood in his eyes. The best of creation trampled in the desert bare, and no Muslim could be found who will stand or who will care. Imam Mahdi, your face will heal our wounds and make your grandfather smile. Imam Mahdi, because the world has not seen justice since the time of Hussein's trial. Imam Mahdi, when we weep for Hussain, we teach a nation to rise. Imam Mahdi, bring the way of your father and destroy these lies. Every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala. Every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Hussain, Hussain, we cry your name as we walk the path to Karbala. Every day is Ashura, and every land is Karbala.